Hello, everyone. I'm Matthew Simmons here, the host of Stylish Leadership. Thank you again for tuning into this episode. We're going to talk about what I would like to call the king of men's accessories here. We talked about accessorizing in the last episode, touched on ties briefly, but this is going to be solely dedicated to ties and pocket squares, how you should wear them, and then what ties should you own. So the article we're going to talk about today is going to be found on actually tiemart.com. I know it says Tiepedia up there, but it's Tiemart. And we're going to talk about 5 ties every man should own. And I'm going to kind of expound on this, kind of add a few of my own in here. But this is a good template. If you do not own a tie whatsoever, definitely get these. It's a good way to start out your collection of ties. You're going to be able to have every occasion lined up with these. So the first one is going to be a dark, solid color tie. I'm going to insert black right here. You got to have a black tie, just a solid black tie. It's a must. Every guy should have it. It's going to cover every formal event you have, from weddings to funerals to first dates to business interviews to black tie galas to, it's to that James Bond moment when you just feel like being like James Bond. A black tie is essential. So, and then I would also include a red tie, and maybe even a navy blue tie. So some of those solid, just flat colors like that. The next one, a striped navy tie. This is very important to have. You want to have some form of a stripe on there. Pretty essential, pretty classic. Here is actually, I'm going to save that because I want to touch on that. It's going to expand on that. So yes, striped navy tie, as you see there in the picture. A plaid tie is the next one there. That's a very key one that you want to have. Very, very clean look. You can wear this and the stripe to really any event at any function. You can get a lot of functionality out of that, and it's just a different style. And the next one is a paisley tie. Again, it's just a really good pattern. All kinds of good ones out there. And then we're going to round off top 5 with a bow tie. Every man should have a bow tie. If you can have a bow tie, then I would say have a tie that you can turn a necktie into a bow tie. And here's a tip for you. If you ever get a stain on your tie, and you get a stain on your tie, and you're like, man, I don't know how I can wear this. I've ruined it. Don't throw it away. Just turn it into a bow tie, and you'll be really good to go. And the thing is when you pick a tie that you want to turn a necktie into a bow tie, make sure that it permanently remains a bow tie, because it's going to be creased in a way to where you're not going to be able to wear it as a necktie again. So if you just find one necktie, turn it into a bow tie, and then boom, there's your bow tie. So you can either buy a bow tie or turn a necktie into a bow tie. So those are 5 that the article says, and then I'm going to show you here a paisley tie. This is a good paisley red and black tie. Really good pattern there. And then you have that, and then here's a good solid color tie. And then here's a good one, and this isn't on the list, but I included on the list, a good contrast tie. And this is what a contrast tie is. You have a solid color here, and then the knot. So this would be solid here. Then the knot is going to be a different look here. So there you have it. Right here, this would be what this would be. And then we have here AJ about to give me his tie. He's wearing one right now. This is what a contrast tie looks like. Let me put it up here for you. This is what a contrast tie looks like. So you see here he has a silver gray bottom, and then he has a checkered pattern here. Knot, very classic, very stylish, a good contrast tie. So there you have it. AJ, you want this back? Boom. Whoop. It made it down to the floor. So yeah, you can see this is why I don't play sports. Okay. So, and then here with this contrast tie here, it has a very very cool matching pocket square to match the pattern here. Very good to have a matching pocket square and tie, but I will kind of break a rule on that. I'm really not a fan of wearing a matching pocket square and tie. Kind of go bold with it. Here's a good pocket square for you. Pocket squares and ties are so critical. They're 2 of the huge accessories out there that men should always have. And look, if you're going to do a pocket square, do it right. Get the real deal. Don't get this canned card thing where you can just like stick it in. It's like cheating. Come on, get the real deal. If you're gonna do it right. Get a pocket square. This is what I'm wearing. I'm wearing a white pocket square here, and then you just, there's many ways to fold it, but I'm just gonna do this. Boom, put it in here, put it in my pocket here, and then bam, flare it out there like so. You can do a lot of different things with that. I'm wearing kind of a I don't know if you can see it here. This is more of a purple lavender tie on a pink shirt. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm wearing that, and then I'm wearing a white pocket square with a black coat. Very classy. Doesn't really match, but you're kind of adding layers of color there. So you want your pocket square, this is how I wear, this is what I advise. You want your pocket square and your tie to be different, because you have different layers of ways, you know, different colors and different, you know, it contrasts it and kind of pops the tie and the pocket square. You don't want it to like totally clash, but you want it to have some variety to it. So that's how you do a pocket square and a tie. Just kind of, they're close together, but they're not matching totally all the time. I mean, there's a time and place for matching pocket squares and ties, but you want to make sure that your tie, you have those basics, and then you want to make sure that you have just different. This is oh, here we go, matching pocket square and tie here, a good set. I'm always a fan of the set, but I'm also a fan of being a renegade and just being a total rebel and just totally throwing that norm out the window and just mixing and matching. And you can really do that well. And then I'm going to add on to this my little segment on socks. I didn't mention that in the last one, but another good accessory to wear is a good pair of socks, a good pair of colored socks. When you're wearing your socks, you never want it to match your shoes, and you never want it to match your tie or your pocket square, but you do want your belt to always match your shoes. You want it to wear, if you're wearing brown shoes, wear a brown belt. If you're wearing black shoes, wear a black belt or no belt at all. And if you're wearing like a blue, you know, maybe a blue pair of shoes, or maybe, because I have a suede plated blue shoes, or maybe some kind of a maroon, maybe you can kind of mix it up, you know, with a base color. I mean, women throw in all these different, you know, exotic, I see women, and they can pull it off. Men, I'm not a big fan of like blue belts, orange belts, you know, all these things. You know, I don't really do that. Just stick to blue, for belts, black, brown, maybe some kind of maybe a burgundy if you're wearing red, but I'd just stick to black and brown. For belts and for colored socks, go crazy with them. Let it be a form of expression for you guys, but it does not have to match the tie and does not have to match the pocket square. And the pocket square and the tie don't have to match. So the tie knot for this video is going to be the crystal knot, the one I'm wearing right now. So I encourage you to go to my YouTube and to my YouTube page, Simmons Essentials, and to my website, simmonsessentials.com, to see the tutorial video for the crystal knot. It's going to be one of my early videos. So I encourage you to go see that. That is where you're going to see the knot for the day. Now, in the next episode, we're going to talk about every knot a man should know. And I'm going to keep it pretty simple, and I'm going to throw one of my own in there. You know, every man should know these, and they're going to be some classic ones, and I'm going to be wearing some of them in the video. So stay tuned for that. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Stylish Leadership. There's the website link right there, Simmons Essentials. YouTube channel is, there's the website right there. You can see it, and you can go to my YouTube page from there, my Instagram from there also. But make sure you check out my YouTube page. On there, you're going to see the tie knot for this episode is going to be the crystal knot. Not every episode is going to have a knot in it, but every once in a while, it's almost like that box of cereal where you get that little, you know, that toy in there. Every once in a while you'll get it, and you'll get a tie knot of the day. So keep watching. It's going to be every once in a while a tie knot of the day. There is my page. You can see the various ones. Have over 100 on there, more coming. So thank you for watching this episode. Every tie a man should have. Those are the 5, and then plus some of the ones that I put in there. Oh, a knit tie. Just remember that. A bonus there for you. A contrast tie and a knit tie. Every man should have that. So we'll end with that. See you in the next episode. We're going to talk about tie knots. Own your style. Stay classy, my friends. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. God bless.